The world watched, united in anticipation. As the first rays of sunlight crept over the horizon, a sense of expectancy filled the air. In cities and villages across continents, people gathered, some in hushed reverence, others in joyful excitement, drawn together by the promise of a new beginning. It was a moment that transcended borders and beliefs, as millions turned their eyes and hearts toward the Vatican, waiting for history to unfold. From the heart of Rome, beneath the ancient domes and golden light, a new light emerged. The city, steeped in centuries of tradition, seemed to hold its breath. The Vatican, a symbol of faith and endurance, stood radiant against the morning sky, ready to witness a chapter that would echo through generations. On April 16, 2025, history unfolded before the eyes of the world. In a solemn and sacred conclave, the cardinals cast their votes, guided by prayer and hope. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, the humble shepherd from Manila, was chosen. With humility and grace, he accepted the call, becoming Pope Luis I. For the first time, the papacy would be led by a Filipino and Asian, a voice from the global south. It was a moment of profound change, a turning point for the Catholic Church and for the world. The faithful gathered in St. Peter's Square, their faces illuminated by hope and awe. Across continents, people knelt in prayer, their hearts beating as one. The world held its breath, sensing the magnitude of what was unfolding. A new era, rich with possibility, had begun. And then from the storied balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, a son of Asia emerged, robed in white, a living symbol of unity and hope. Pope Luis I, the first Filipino and Asian pontiff, stepped forward to greet the world. His presence was a testament to the Church's universality, a bridge between cultures and continents. As he raised his hands in blessing, the crowd erupted in joy, their cheers echoing far beyond the square. A wave of emotion swept across the globe. In Manila, tears of pride and joy flowed freely. In Rome, strangers embraced, united by a sense of shared destiny. From Africa to the Americas, from Europe to Oceania, hope bloomed in a world weary from division and uncertainty. Pope Luis I, known for his compassion, intellect, and unwavering faith, offered a message that resonated deeply, a call for love, reconciliation, and the healing of wounds old and new. His election was more than a historic moment, it was a sign of God's enduring grace, a beacon of possibility for a world in need of healing. As candles flickered in the night and prayers rose from every corner of the earth, hope was rekindled. The dawn of Pope Luis I's papacy promised not just change but renewal, a new chapter for the Church and for humanity. Luis Antonio Tagle, a son of the Philippines, is a figure whose story is woven into the very fabric of his homeland. From his earliest days, he was surrounded by the vibrant culture and deep faith of the Filipino people, a faith that would shape his destiny in profound ways. He carried the warmth of his people in his heart, always greeting others with a gentle smile and a compassionate spirit. Tagle's connection to his community was more than just a duty, it was a calling, a reflection of the love and hope he saw in every face. Born in Manila, his faith blossomed in the bustling streets where the sounds of daily life mixed with the echoes of church bells. The city's energy and diversity became the backdrop for his spiritual journey, inspiring him to see God in the ordinary moments of everyday life. In the quiet churches of his homeland, he found solace and purpose. He heard God's call early, dedicating his life to serving the Lord and his people. Even as a young man, Tagle was known for his humility, his deep sense of prayer, and his unwavering commitment to helping others. He rose through the ranks of the Church, his humility and intellect shining brightly. Tagle's wisdom and kindness earned him the respect of both clergy and laity, and his ability to listen made him a trusted advisor to many. As Bishop of Imus, and later as Archbishop of Manila, he served with unwavering dedication. His leadership was marked by a genuine concern for the spiritual and material needs of his flock, always striving to bring hope and healing to those in need. His sermons, filled with warmth and wisdom, resonated with people from all walks of life. Tagle spoke not only to the mind but to the heart, using stories and simple language to make profound truths accessible to everyone. In 2012, he was elevated to the College of Cardinals, a moment of pride not just for Tagle, but for the entire Filipino nation. His appointment was seen as a recognition of the vibrant faith of the Philippines and its growing role in the global church. The world began to take notice of this humble, brilliant man from the Philippines. News of his compassion and intellect spread far beyond his homeland, inspiring Catholics and non-Catholics alike with his message of mercy and inclusion. His appointment as prefect of the Congregation for the Evangelization of Peoples signaled his growing influence. In this role, he became a bridge between cultures, reaching out to communities across continents and sharing the gospel with a spirit of openness and respect. He became a voice for the marginalized, a champion for the poor. Through his actions and words, Cardinal Tagle continues to embody the compassion and hope that define the Filipino spirit, inspiring countless people to believe in a church that welcomes all. The news of Pope Francis's declining health sent shockwaves through the church. The world prayed for their beloved shepherd. Cardinals from every corner of the globe converged on Rome. The weight of history rested on their shoulders. The time had come to elect a new leader. Inside the hallowed halls of the Sistine chapel, the conclave commenced. Cardinals, cloaked in scarlet, moved in solemn procession. The air crackled with anticipation. The fate of the church hung in the balance. Days turned into nights as the cardinals deliberated. Ballots were cast, counted, and burned. Black smoke rose from the chimney, signaling continued deliberations. The world waited with bated breath, praying for guidance from the Holy Spirit. Then, on a day filled with anticipation, white smoke billowed from the chimney. The bells of St. Peter's Basilica pealed, announcing to the world the election of a new pope. A hush fell over the crowd gathered in St. Peter's Square. Who would it be? The name echoed across the square. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle. A collective gasp rose from the crowd. From the balcony, Cardinal Protodeacon Renato Martino appeared. His voice boomed, "Annuntio vobis gaudium magnum, habemus papam eminentissimum ac reverendissimum dominum Luisem sanctae Romanae ecclesiae cardinalem Tagli, qui sibi nomen imposuit Luisem." The crowd erupted in cheers. "Viva il Papa! Mabuhay!" Flags from around the world, including a sea of Philippine flags, waved jubilantly. A Filipino cardinal, a son of Asia, was now the vicar of Christ. A new chapter in the history of the Church had begun. Nowhere was the joy more profound than in the Philippines. Filipinos around the world erupted in celebration, their hearts swelling with pride. From the crowded streets of Manila to the smallest villages, a collective cheer arose, a symphony of joy and gratitude. Churches overflowed with the faithful, offering prayers of thanksgiving. Spontaneous street parties erupted, the air filled with music, dancing, and the aroma of traditional Filipino food. The spirit of bayanihan, the Filipino spirit of communal unity, shone brightly. The news dominated every media outlet. Images of Cardinal Tagle, now Pope Luis I, beamed across television screens. His familiar smile, radiating humility and warmth, touched the hearts of millions. It was a moment of immense national pride, a testament to the deep faith of the Filipino people. Across Asia, a continent home to diverse cultures and faiths, the news of Pope Luis I's election was met with a mix of awe and hope. From the bustling metropolises of East Asia to the ancient temples of South Asia, people recognized the significance of this historic moment. In predominantly Catholic countries like the Philippines, South Korea, and East Timor, celebrations mirrored the jubilation in Rome. But even in nations where Christianity is a minority religion, there was a sense of shared pride, a recognition that a new chapter had begun. Pope Luis I, a son of Asia, understood the challenges and aspirations of this vast continent. His election signaled a shift in the Church's center of gravity, a recognition of the growing importance of Asia in the 21st century. The world watched in awe. Newspapers from every corner of the globe splashed the image of Pope Luis I on their front pages. Leaders from different countries and faiths offered their congratulations. Recognizing the significance of this historic moment, social media buzzed with messages of support and excitement. The hashtag Pope Luis I trended worldwide, a testament to the global reach of this event. People from all walks of life, regardless of their religious beliefs, felt the impact of this moment. Pope Luis I, with his message of love, compassion, and dialogue, had captured the imagination of the world. His election represented a bridge between cultures and faiths, a symbol of unity in a world often divided. As Pope Louis I stood on the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, the weight of history and the hopes of billions rested on his shoulders. The world yearned for healing, for unity, for a beacon of light in uncertain times. His first papal address was a masterpiece of humility and hope. He spoke of the need for dialogue, for compassion, for a church that embraces the marginalized and uplifts the poor. His words, spoken in his gentle yet powerful voice, resonated with people around the world. The challenges facing the church and the world were immense, but in that moment, as Pope Louis I raised his hand in blessing, there was a palpable sense of hope. His election was a sign, a testament to the enduring power of faith, a promise of a new dawn for the Catholic Church. As the sun set over Rome, casting a golden glow on St. Peter's Basilica, the city seemed to hold its breath, aware that history was unfolding before its very eyes. The ancient stones of the Vatican, witnesses to centuries of tradition and change, now reflected a new light, one that came from far beyond the familiar horizons of Europe. A new era began. Pope Louis I, the first Filipino and Asian pope, stepped onto the world stage, his presence a powerful symbol of transformation. For millions, his election was not just a personal triumph, but a moment of collective pride and hope, a sign that the Church was truly embracing its global family. He had ushered in a new dawn for the Church. His election was a testament to the universality of the Catholic message, transcending borders, languages, and cultures. The joy that erupted in Vatican Square was echoed in distant cities and remote villages, as believers everywhere felt seen and included in the heart of the Church. In the Philippines, families gathered around televisions, tears of joy streaming down faces both young and old. Across Asia and throughout the global South, the news was met with celebrations, prayers, and a renewed sense of belonging. It was a recognition of the growing importance of the global South. From the heart of Rome to the shores of Manila, from bustling African cities to the quiet chapels of Latin America, the Church's center of gravity was shifting, embracing the vibrant faith of its diverse flock. A wave of hope spread across the world. The light of faith, once kindled in the East, now illuminated new paths, inspiring Catholics everywhere to dream of a church that listens, learns, and grows together. In every corner of the globe, candles were lit, prayers were whispered, and hearts were lifted in anticipation. Now that light shone brightly from the See of Peter. Pope Louis I, with his humility, deep spirituality, and gentle strength, brought a fresh perspective to ancient traditions. His prayers, offered in quiet moments and grand ceremonies alike, resonated with a sincerity that touched believers and non-believers alike. With wisdom and unwavering commitment to the gospel, he stood as a beacon of hope for a world in need of healing and unity. His outreach to the marginalized, his embrace of interfaith dialogue, and his call for peace and justice inspired countless people to look beyond differences and seek common ground. Lux Ex Oriente, the light from the East, now illuminated the path forward. Pope Louis I's pontificate promised a new chapter in the long and storied history of the Catholic Church, one that would be written with compassion, courage, and a deep respect for the dignity of every person. This chapter would be filled with hope, compassion, and a profound commitment to building a more just and loving world. Under his guidance, the Church would strive to be a true home for all, a source of light and inspiration for generations to come. Please subscribe to our channel History Documentary Hub for more insightful videos and intriguing content.